Hey Taurus, how are you doing? Let's find out. We've got this big solar eclipse coming up in Gemini. The sun is actually still in your sign, in your constellation. I mean to say, not your sign, your constellation. It's still there for a couple more days at least, because your constellation's so friggin' huge. So even though we're in Gemini season, yes, if you get Sky Safari or Stellarium for your phone, or Stellarium, if you go to that on your desktop, then you can see what I'm saying about where the sun actually is. All right, let's just get right into it. So this is going to be specific to something that's going to be coming through for you or happening around the solar eclipse in a couple of days on the 10th. Okay, got the divine doors out here. Oh, I've got candle wick on my fingers. Been fighting with the candles. And so let's just get straight into it. Okay, so this has been a strong Gemini eclipse card coming through. This is at least the 4th time I want to say that it's come through, and we'll read it after. What am I getting from it? Got rainbow. Okay, so there's water here. Canal. And of course this would be some sort of shipping door, some sort of shipping receiving door. It looks like it could be a regular house door actually if you live on the canal, depending on where this is. Okay. Happy colors though. Oh, that's so interesting. I had to set that this was at the top of the deck. Okay. We've got a potted tree. Old, at least it's made to look like an old door. Good brickwork. But domestic, it looks, oh, now this is definitely institutional. This has come through for somebody else as well. Sort of keeping in mind, even one of your own cards that I gave you, I put you as the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4 of pentacles, because I put you as cardinal earth. And so this is very much a 3 of pentacles card, right? Okay, so conflicts of interest, hierarchies, church systems that, you know, we all love to get real about now. What they actually really do. Okay. So Taurus, let's see. Breathe into the cards a bit and see what magic is coming for Taurus. One more. Okay. Let's see here. And it's bright. There might be a night, a day, a night. Flipping over in the deck and just sort of sliding. Okay, so Gemini energy. I put Gemini as cardinal air. This would otherwise be considered a Libra card, but somebody's done the right thing and it's brought pain. It's taking us back to the 2 of swords. It's pointing up at the 4 of swords. And we're more inclined towards the 2 than the 4 because we're in reverse. Or the pain is starting to be over, but it is taking us back to that 2, which is a new situation. It's going back to almost not quite the beginning. But because the ace of swords is already there, so we already know the truth, so we don't need to go all the way back to the ace. Okay, but we do need to go back into thinking and deciding about something. Okay, look at this, how subtle it is. put this as Aquarius energy. Otherwise, it would be considered Gemini energy, but I put it as 11th house energy. So your legacy, Uranus, Saturn energy together. Proving yourself, it being the 9, I put 9 as perseverance and proving yourself to everyone. And we're in reverse, going back to proving yourself to yourself, which is echoing. 8 is directly across from 2, is it? Yes. Just like Scorpio is directly across from Taurus. So these energies on a wheel would be directly opposite each other. So that if you need to make up your mind about a new situation, then obviously you need to prove yourself. I mean, this is pointing back to the 8, this is pointing back to the 9. So we also have 3 and 9 against each other. So manifesting and proving yourself to everyone. And it's something about, something needs to be known because we're starting off in the house of learning, and then you need to, what you're going to do with what you know. Oh, look, God, this is slippery. Slippery, 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 like just, it's, now is it you that's slippery or is it somebody else? Look at this. Okay, so we've got divine timing here. We've got my Kali or whoever you would think of as divine Earth Mother energy. And a high priestess, somebody who knows everything, yes? Now she's in reverse. So she's silent. She's not saying something about this Aries type energy, this first house energy. There's something that needs to be known, or something that's going to happen to this Page of Wands. Now, what's always interesting is if she shows up at all and then is in a, you know, a no-tell position. Because it's like, well, then just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. So we're going to figure out what this is really, because obviously she's saying something. Now there could be a secret revealed. This is somebody who's was very optimistic, is not very optimistic about something. Communication, you know, starting something, sort of like a well, it's the Fool at the beginning. It's the Fool at the beginning of the cycle of, you know, the Fool steps out of 12th house. Yes, very self-realized person, and disarmingly, you know, fresh. This person's really, this is the Fool at the start of the Fool, you know, before the Fool becomes the Fool. Yes? The prequel. And maybe there was something stuck between you and this guidance for a long time. I feel like putting it over here. Let's see. Let's see, Taurus. Yes, we're still recording. Good, good. Should be. I just charged the battery. And either that or... Now, and we have Cancer house energy. Yes. Moon energy. So we have Eclipse. Yeah, because we have solar eclipse coming up. Yeah. So the Earth comes between and casts the shadow. Again. So this is completely consistent of just flipping. Now we have High Priestess again. For me, Justice is High Priestess. Again, manifesting as a judgment in your life in a situation that is going to have real world of, you know, consequences. So it's an emphasis on look for her in the real world, like look for her in the physical world. Not in the, not just in your mind and your heart. If you don't find her here, it's because she's over here. And of course we have the Sword of Truth there, pointing in the same direction as that Sword of Truth. Wow. What, okay, I'm trying to get a grip at the same time of what this sliding energy is, and this subtle flipping, the whole thing. The whole thing. So we have this insecurity, this lack of independence. Interesting that I'd say insecurity. That's normally like a 4 in reverse for me. But for me, this is Capricorn energy, not Virgo, because it's the Entrepreneur card and should belong to the 10th house of careers. It's leading us back to the 8. So again, we have 2 9s in reverse of proving yourself to everyone. So something's been in your way. Something's been in your way since childhood, possibly. Affecting your ability, your positioning, your social positioning. Your social, like 4th house is all about social positioning. Yes, 3rd house is about communication and community and all that stuff as well, right? But 4th house is what brought you in. 4th house is your ancestral place, your guides, your what is required for your work here on a soul level. Okay, so there was a catastrophe, and I feel like I'm dealing with the past yet. I don't feel like I'm predicting or even in the present. I feel like we're in a cause and effect situation here. This is a transformation. It's a 7. And there's a victory when it's in the upright. But again, so we have, yeah, we have a family situation, we have an ancestral situation that affected you long term. Being able to prove yourself to everyone, because in order to be able to prove yourself to everyone, you need everyone. And it affected your fire right from the beginning. And you might not have strong fire placements in your chart. It also suggests being under attack. Look at how that flipped. So subtle. Like, you could almost say that it's a hesitating card, right? And I'm talking about fire while it's hesitating. So let's kind of, I'm going to leave it right. It's not completely sideways. It's like a 45-degree angle between upright and sideways. Yeah, it's Scorpio. It's transforming into all the things connected to your soul contract. And you have to decide who, you know, there's a certain amount of free. It looks like there hasn't actually been too much free will here at all, is what it looks like. It looks like your life is primarily soul contract. Now again, with the 3 going back to the 2, opposing the 9 going back to the 8 on a chart, we have Scorpio right here opposing Taurus, right? Taurus can very much depend on Scorpio energy, and Scorpio energy can very much depend on Taurus energy and events, circumstances. There's the hidden wealth, the hidden power, yes. Other people's money versus your money. And then that ability to take dead energy and turn it into, you know, living energy. But definitely that transformation that comes before becoming, it's very much tied to muse work, creative. I mean, we're talking 12th house. We're heading towards 12th house with this card, right? Yeah. Okay, so in terms of what does that mean Now we do have justice in the upright, and we have it tied to Gemini, seeds, Gemini and Aquarius. So we have all air houses here. We have your full chart cycle in thinking and communicating represented here. Your relationship to community, okay? It's all here. So we're saying that there's a change coming. There's justice coming. She has manifested something in your life that is going to come during this eclipse. During this eclipse, we have more lunar, okay, we have 4th house lunar energy here that is in reverse. Now what's interesting is that the moon powers itself out. Not that it powers itself, but you know what I'm saying. It's the sun that's going to take the shadow. Okay, Taurus. I think if there's... Go through this at once. No. We're getting a little bit of spirit coming back here. Okay. So we have 2 High Priestesses again. This is my when High Priestess, when Kali, when whoever Mother Earth is to you, Grandmother Spider to me as well. Oshun, Yemaya, Mother Mary. I don't mean to slur them all together. I mean that there are different, understandings, the ways that we are different from each other and how we communicate and who we connect with. Yes, so I'm just trying to make sure that Kuan Yin, who else, there are many to mention, right? So I want to, as sensitively as possible, acknowledge. And so this is for me. And our agreement, my agreement with God and guides, is that when the major arcana come out, it's about divine timing. I realize it can mean archetypal energies, but our shorthand of understanding each other is, for me, it is divine timing and God energy. So the Emperor would be masculine form of God. So she is not, this is when she gets down and dirty in your life and manifests, all the fun things. Or not. So there's something that is not being manifested. Something that has not been manifested. Now there could be a mother figure missing. And that has affected the relationship with her. And caused an imbalance. But here she is. This is all the same for me, and she appears in the Strength card as far as I'm concerned as well. The star is almost like an echo of her. So she's concentrated her efforts for now over here because this has to come first. The mind, always with air, the mind has to process first. So, but the knowledge had to come first, which makes sense. Okay. Because the knowledge is what can free you, because your family can't. Because your family can't. Your whole family, like there's like a whole family possibly here in this Chariot. There's possibly a whole family represented by this card, right? Anything else? And we'll go to... Probably they want me to clarify with the doors now. Slapping, but... Yeah, okay. Okay. Where did we start with? Distant dream. Right? The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare to dream it, so must it be. Even this, it can seem like it's confining, and at the same time that it ends up being your freedom. And it's because. So let's do that. Morning memory. Its healing gift runs a destined course. The morning dawn, our inspired source. Meditate under the sun. So, once the solar eclipse is passed, a destined course. The gift runs a destined course. The gift runs a destined course. The gift runs a destined course. Like I was saying, you have not had much free will, so it had to follow the course. Jude's song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. There are ideas, or there have been things you've already been working on because you've been stuck for so long. You've been stuck for so long, you probably have a tremendous inner world. And that's exactly, never mind the, it's interesting that those words match this photo. So this is going to be specific to you, something you know. There's a memory, there's somewhere you went. There are places you've gone that you experienced things, and you're going to pull those experiences together in your work. You're going to become, like, all the dimensions are going to start to pull together if they haven't been already. Okay, any final word for Taurus? What's that door like again? Yeah. Yeah. And again, the distance calls your heart. Okay, one final slide. Sliding, sliding, sliding. Even the word might be. Okay. So, the Eight of Pentacles, more career energy, proving yourself to yourself with these inner worlds. And then the community, she's got the community solved. She's got your social situation solved. Even if you can't see it now. Okay, but there should be some clarity around this through the eclipse. And it might give a couple of days afterwards. Like I said, there might be a night and a day and a night. Okay, Taurus? This was awesome. Thank you. Much love. Much love. I'll be back in 2 weeks.